Welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at PyYAML in Python. So to use PyYAML we need to understand a bit of YAML, and YAML stands for YAML Ain't Markup Language, so it's a recursive acronym. It's readable and easy to write, it's used in multiple programming language, and it is a superset of JSON, so anything you can represent in YAML you can represent in JSON. And then what's PyYAML? Well, PyYAML is a YAML parser, and that means that it converts YAML to a dictionary and back. So the first thing we need to do is install PyYAML. And you can see that mine's already installed. Then we want to import YAML. And we're going to open this file. And you can see it's got lots of information about the elements. So for this one, this is the list. It's got helium has a number 2, a symbol He, and so on. And these are all the attributes. And you can see the oxidation states are a list. And if we look at hydrogen, you can see we've got a list within a list. And so we can display elements. And you can see it's a very large dictionary with all of the data saved, and it's the right format, and you can see we've got the list within a list as well. The next thing we're going to do is import pandas and play around with this a bit. And so we're going to create a data frame, and you can see that the index is the name, which is what this says, and it's got all the data, all the elements now in a dictionary. And we can print the columns, and these are all the columns, and I think it would be a lot nicer if we firstly got rid of some of them. So we get rid of the colour, the state, and the bonding type, because I don't think they're that important. You can see now they're all gone. And now the next thing we're going to do is change it so that instead of being camel case like this, they're all capitalized and with a space. And the best way to do this is using regular expressions. So we import RE, and we define this function in regex, which is quite complicated. And it says split it if there's something before and the thing after is uppercase. So that's kind of what the A to Z means, and the dot. But this is quite a complex expression. And then what we're going to do is we're going to join them back again, and we're going to make the first letter capital, and then everything after we can just join back anyway, but with a space, because it's already been capitalized, as you can see, for example, here. And just to test it out, maybe we want to test electron configuration, and you can see we can convert that and it gives us back electron configuration, so it is working. So then we want to rename everything, so we're looping through the names in the columns, and we're saying convert the original name to the converted name, and in place is true, just so that we don't have to create a new data frame. And you can see they've all been nicely renamed. The only one that I want to change manually is the van der Waals radius, because it should actually be a lowercase d, but that's just a minor thing, and we can do that easily. And we can also do some stuff like sorting by the year discovered, now that it's in a data frame. So you can see the first one discovered in 1669 was phosphorus, and then only a year after fluorine was discovered, and the most recent one was ununceptium. So the next thing we've got to do is convert the whole thing into a dictionary, and there are many ways of doing this in pandas, and the way I've specified is using index. And so you can see that our dictionary looks like this. So for example, we've got tungsten, which is number 74, and it's got all the data in a list, and this happens for all of them. And then the final thing we want to do is save it to YAML. And this is exactly like saving to JSON, because it's the same idea. And because we're using YAML again, we just open the file and we dump it using the file writer. We could also say file.write YAML.dumps the JSON and then save it that way. But this way is a lot nicer. And you can see that it's created this clean.yaml file, and it's got each of these. You can see different spellings of aluminum or aluminium, and all of them saved nicely in YAML format, and it's kept all the data. and that's been very nice. So as you can see, YAML is really useful. This is so much more readable than the JSON equivalent, and that's why it's used in many applications, not just Python. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again, same time next week. Till then.